Hey guys, this is James and we are back with another installment in this series. This is where we take various ETFs that pay a dividend and we try to determine how much of the ETF we need to own to be able to achieve $1,000 a month in dividends. And today's ETF, starting off, is JEPQ. Previously, we did Devo, Amplifies Devo, but today we're doing JEPQ. And if you are watching after September 2020, I will have all of these in a playlist for you to watch. I'll have that in the link in the description. So first off, today's ETF is JEPQ. I want to show you how much you need to own to be able to have $1,000 a month in dividends. How are they reaching this dividend payout? How are they reaching this dividend yield to be able to pay you this $1,000 a month in dividends? What has their historical yield been? Now it's pretty tricky here for JEPQ since the dividend has only been paid for about 3 months and the fund I believe started in May of 2022. And then we're going to take a short comparison how long this has been on the market. We're going to take a short comparison and compare it to an S&P 500 index. So just to be able to get this out of the way, because I know this is what everyone has clicked on this video for JEPQ, to be able to determine how much you need to own to achieve $1,000 a month in dividends. Well, let's go over to my compound interest calculator, and all of the inputs are in the yellows and all of the outputs are in the green highlighted sections. And in the yellow highlighted section, you change each of the little boxes here that are in white under these subsections. So portfolio one, this calculator was built to compare different securities with another, different ticker symbols. And I just have a placeholder for SPY for portfolio 2, but we're taking a look at JEPQ. It is JP Morgan's NASDAQ Equity Premium Income ETF. And currently I have a figure of 9.41% for their dividend yield. I also have their expense ratio at 0.35, and I have a few growth and contribution numbers in here, but that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to determine how much JEPQ you have to hold to be able to achieve $1,000 a month. And over here in this section right here, this is where I automatically calculate how much JEPQ you need to hold to be able to achieve $1,000 a month in dividends, also $100 a month and $5,000 a month in monthly dividends. So you would need 127,524 of JEPQ to be with this 9.41% dividend yield number. Now this fund has only been around for about 3 months, so I'm going to show you how I did come to this dividend yielding number. But let's say you want to be a little bit more conservative. You're not expecting JEPQ to hold on their current dividend payouts, and I'll show you what they're currently paying out per month. You're not expecting them to hold that out. Let's say you're expecting maybe more of a conservative 7% dividend yield from JEPQ. Well, then you would need to own 171,000 of JEPQ to achieve $1,000 a month. Let's say you expected after 12 months JEPQ was paying you a little bit higher. Let's say it was 11% dividend yield. Then you would need about 109,000 of JEPQ to achieve $1,000 a month in dividends. Let's take a look at JP Morgan's website to see how they are actually being able to pay you that dividend yield. So JEPQ is JP Morgan's NASDAQ Equity Premium Income ETF. And down here on their web page, they have a few graphics here that I think explain it fairly well. So their underlying equity portfolio, or all of the stocks that they own, they apply data science process utilizing 40 years of experience of JP Morgan's proprietary data to create a fundamental framework for security selection and portfolio construction. I'm not sure why this is actually here, because all they're doing is following the NASDAQ 100. So if they're doing that, they're just buying the 100 stocks in the index. So take this with a grain of salt. But over here, this is what we're looking for. They also employ an options strategy, and they actually tell you what they're doing right here. They do 1 month or 30-day out of the money call options designed to generate income and give investors a portion of the upside with reduced volatility. I do want to put some focus here on the very first bulleted point here, that JEPQ generates income through a combination of selling options, like we saw right here, out of the money call options, 30 days, and investing in U.S. large cap growth stocks. So let's go over to Seeking Alpha and take a look at how they have structured their holdings, and I would bet it's most likely weighted just like the NASDAQ 100 index. And also, just to finish this out, they seek to deliver a monthly income stream from associated option premiums and stock dividends. Over on Seeking Alpha, there's two things I want to accomplish here. I want to show you what their holdings look like. Then I also want to show you how I calculated that 9.7% 12-month dividend yield number. The fund only started in May of 2022, and they've only paid a dividend for 3 months. So let's first try to figure out their 12-month dividend number. So they started paying a dividend. It appears June of 2022, but possibly their declare date was May of 31st of 2022. So yes, it looks like they declared the dividend on May 31st, and they paid it on June 6th. 37 cents, 33, and 40 cents. So what do we do here? We'll pull up our calculator and take a peek. So 38 cents. Let's see how much they have paid so far this year. 34 and 41. So add these together, plus 0.41, and you get to $1.13 total. So divide that by 3, and that is our average. So they've paid an average of about 37 cents per month over the past 3 months. So if that's 37 cents a month, take that at 12 months, and that is a total of $4.52 for a year payout using that average over the past 3 months. And then we have to find out what an average price has been for JEPQ. So JEPQ it looked like it started around $50 to $51, and it bottomed out at 44. It came back a little bit, and now it's sitting around 46. So let's say an average price for this fund is around $48. So we take $4.52 annual dividend payout divided by 48, and we get to our 9.41 or 42% dividend yielding number. So that's how we got to our 9.41%. And take that with a grain of salt, as they've only paid a dividend for 3 months. If you're confident in JP Morgan and what they are doing, then it would be a pretty solid bet that they would settle around that 37 to 38 cents payout per month. And one more thing that I want to take a look here before we leave Seeking Alpha is taking a look at their top holdings. It looks like Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, Tesla, and then some of these different various funds are being held. I'm not sure what these NDX funds are. If you do know, that'd be great if you could put that in the comment to let me know if you're able to decipher these NDX funds. But it looks like their NASDAQ 100 index that they are following, it looks like it's slightly off of a typical NASDAQ 100 fund. Real quick here, if we just compare to a typical NASDAQ 100 covered call or options strategy ETF, QYLD, been on the market for almost 10 years. We can see that they track the NASDAQ 100. You can see their tech sector is a little bit higher than JP Morgan's, where JP Morgan's holdings breakdown is 40.43%, with Apple being 10% of their top holding. And over on QYLD, it's 52% tech, with Apple being 15%. So slight difference compared to another options strategy or income ETF following the NASDAQ 100. Now that we took a look at their historical yield for JEPQ, let's just compare real quick for the past 3 months how it has performed to the S&P 500 index. So over the past 3 months, you can see that the S&P 500 index has slightly outperformed JEPQ. But I don't believe that this includes the total overall return. I believe it's just the market price for the S&P 500 index and JEPQ. So if you factor in getting paid that dividend, it looks like JEPQ would have slightly outperformed the S&P 500 index. So with that, head down into the comments, let me know what you thought of this video, And if you're interested in my compound interest analysis calculator, you can head over to Patreon and download the calculator. With that, thanks for watching.